Welcome to Still Scrolling, another pop culture and entertainment podcast in the landscape, hosted by me, Justin.
Me, Derek.
Me, Stefania.
And I just did the exact same thing that Derek told me not to do.
Yep.
But we are so glad you are here. This is a pop culture podcast. We're going to cover headlines every single week of headlines that we loved and cared about. And today, there's only one thing that we could start off our brand new amazing podcast with, and that is the Golden Globes. Did you guys get a chance to watch the Golden Globes? Or did you, better yet, did you watch anything that the Golden Globes awarded? Because I did, because I'm a fanatic. But Stefania, what did you watch? What did you watch in the Golden Globes?
I watched the Golden Globes. I'm gonna say that I'm not familiar with a lot of the stuff that was presented at the Golden Globes, but now that I have seen it, I will be watching. So rest assured, Shogun will be on my list for tonight or tomorrow or sometime. Because I'm very bad at watching things, and a lot of people know this. Whoever's listening, if you know me, I'm very bad at watching things that people tell me to watch, because I forget or I just take a very long time to do it. But it eventually gets done. So I will say my highlight for the Golden Globes was Sebastian Stan winning Best Actor. He won for A Different Man, an actor in a musical or comedy. And that was like his first nomination and first win, which is very, very exciting for him. And also Anthony Mackie's reaction to him. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but he was like doing the interview with E, and then Anthony Mackie just came in and like took over how he always does. And it's just, I love their relationship so much. And it's so great to see, like, even if they're not working together still, like as close as they did before in the MCU, they're still great friends. But also Kieran Culkin winning, he was like nominated his second time, and he won second time because he was nominated last year for something else, and he won that. So it's 2 years in a row that he's won a Golden Globe, which is very, very exciting for him. Long way since Home Alone.
Yeah, long way since Home Alone. I think this is just payback for Succession. Everyone loving Succession so much, because everyone that I talk to who has watched A Real Pain, I think this is just okay. Derek, have you seen A Real Pain?
I have not. I've spent
Derek, what are you doing?
I've spent as not watching TV. Apparently, I've spent.
It's a movie.
There you go. I've spent as much time watching the winners from the Golden Globes, like the projects and those shows and those movies, as much as time as I spent watching the actual Golden Globes this year. Because I've only seen, I think, Shogun. Everything else that won, I haven't seen it. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, all right. I'm going to be real with you. There are some movies that you should be seeing on this list that I have seen. Like, okay, please tell me you've seen Challengers, right?
Oh, yes, I've seen Challengers, yes.
Okay. Have you seen The Brutalist? 'Cause I haven't seen The Brutalist, but have you?
No, I have not.
A Complete Unknown?
I have no idea what that is.
Conclave?
Oh, the David Bowie one. No,
my God.
Didn't that just come out? Didn't that just come out?
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a person that likes to see movies at least once or twice a week. So in my eyes, all of you guys are slacking. But
in this economy, are you kidding me?
I mean,
yes,
I do have like a membership where I can get free tickets like every month, like one free ticket, whatever. So like I could go. It's just I choose not to and just choose to wait.
Oh my gosh, this is such a bad look for me.
It's going to change this year because there's a lot of things coming out this year that I will be attending the theater for.
Same here.
Are there any, besides like all the upsets, I wouldn't even call it the upset, because Shogun was actually a good show, even though I didn't finish it. But I think what I realized last night about the Golden Globes, I don't know if you noticed this, is that it feels as though Wicked was going in hot, but it feels as though the Academy people, the bigwigs, are not feeling Wicked. I think a lot of people called it the new Barbie of this year. Do you guys agree with that?
I can see how it could be called the new Barbie of this year,
It's the girl movie.
It's the girl movie, essentially, like the gals and the gays movie. That's what it is. Like, but I thought Wicked was phenomenal. I thought Barbie was phenomenal too. But like Wicked really like hit my emotions hard, and like I knew the story. You know, I come from theater, but just the visuals and the acting, like you could tell that these roles were meant for them. They always were. Now I don't know where in the Academy's eyes they saw this movie to be like. Because what was the award that they won? They won Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, which is the new award that they did for this year, first time. So I mean, in a sense, yeah, they deserve that award because they literally blew the box office. I tried weeks to go get tickets for that movie, and it was just completely packed and sold out every weekend. I didn't think I saw it till like maybe the 5th weekend or 6th weekend that it was out. I think it was like 5th weekend. I waited a month. Yeah.
Man, I hate the Box Office Achievement Award, to be honest with you. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It feels like the bigwigs saying like, here's the popular movie. See, we awarded it. Here, you little peons.
Yeah.
Derek, did you like the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award? What did you think of it?
I think that there's a couple of things at play here. I think just the box office award it seems good in theory, right? Like, okay, let's recognize that these are the movies that keep the industry alive, so to speak. But there's going to be a year where like Fast and the Furious wins it, and that'll be the last year. Hollywood's going to be like, yeah, there's no way we could keep doing this.
Man.
But for Wicked, I think what's going on here, and I started looking into it, but then my like ADHD kicked in and I just, got bored and started doing something else. But the music, the categories for like best movie, musical or comedy, TV show, musical or comedy, right? It exists in that way, essentially to just include musicals. So it's kind of not fair to the musicals because you're going up against other movies that in a lot of cases they're comedies, but they're still like really good movies and can be profound, and they just maybe aren't a full-blown drama. So I think that's kind of what is going on with Wicked, maybe a little bit with Barbie as well, where it's just doesn't seem like it's as serious of a movie for a lot of these people that vote for who wins the awards. So like the nomination is almost the achievement, and the award is just kind of like, if it wins, it wins. If not, it is what it is.
But you know what?
Lots should be award. Oh, go ahead, Stefania.
A lot has changed from like early 2000s, or I don't know what year it was, 2000 maybe or 2001, when Chicago won Best Picture at the Oscars, and that's a musical. And also, I think Moulin Rouge won, I don't know what award. I think they won something as well. But like those two are musicals. So you have to think what changed between then and now with how musicals are portrayed in film and in this on the screen. Like I would say that Wicked has been probably the greatest musical achievement for like theater reactions and reactions from people and box office since, and it's been a long time since there's been like a great musical movie in theaters. I think they broke
What? Did you miss La La Land?
Oh shoot, you're right, La La Land. Okay.
How dare you?
I
Did
totally
you miss
forgot.
Wonka? Mean Girls came out the same year.
I didn't see Mean Girls. I did not see Mean Girls actually.
You lost me. You lost me on that one. You lost me there.
Amelia Perez. Okay.
Yeah, Amelia Perez is kind of a sore subject, I think.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, to be fair. But everything I've seen about it, including what I saw at the Golden Globes, makes me want to not see it.
Let's be honest. Okay, raise your hand if you've seen Amelia Perez. Okay.
Nobody is raising their hand if you're listening.
Gosh, man. Oh yeah, this is a kind of a audio medium at some point, but Well, okay, I have not seen Amelia Perez. It's on Netflix, so maybe there's still time before the Oscars. But I personally believe the biggest snub of the night was Wicked not winning Best Musical or Comedy. But
Yeah.
instead, Amelia Perez, because
Yeah.
everyone that I've talked to that has seen
Mhm.
Amelia Perez has not liked it. But I haven't seen it. So what are they seeing? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to verify what they're telling me. But I
Yeah.
feel like I have a duty to, like I don't want to just trash
Fall
talk
on
something.
the sword.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And actually, Wicked broke the record. I think it was a box office record or something that Mamma Mia held in theaters.
That
I
is
forgot what it was.
true.
Mamma Mia came out in 2000 something. Do you guys know? We're gonna look it up right now. Mamma Mia. And Mamma Mia was like the movie musical or musical in general that really got me. 2008. That really got me like into theater. One of them at least. Chicago was the other. But they held the record for years since 2008, and then it took Wicked to come out to break that, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, you mentioned La La Land. I totally forgot about La La Land. But also, La La Land came out when? Like 2017? When did it come out?
What? No.
2016. Yeah, 2016 it came out.
2016. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
No,
Oh, gosh.
I was a year
Wow.
off.
Wait. Am I old? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Correct.
So it's been years.
Correct.
2016's been year. It's crazy to think. Oh my god. But yeah, it's been a long time.
In
Musicals
the
aren't
Heights,
like
West Side Story, Tick, Tick, Boom.
okay. Oh yeah, Tick Tick Boom was a good one. But also,
Well-
I've never seen West Side. I haven't seen West Side Story. I know the show. Okay, I know the show. I'm a theater kid. I
Stressing
just
me
haven't
out,
seen the
man.
movie.
The movie.
Yeah,
That one, not West Side Story. In the Heights came out
in the
during
Heights I
that-
saw.
during that year that HBO was like, everything is going to just streaming because COVID,
Yeah.
aka please sign up for HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
So like, to be fair, there's a lot of those that just kind of were a victim of like when they came out or how they came out. And I think musicals now also are a little bit more accepted, but even then, people still kind of hate musicals. So it's a big achievement that Wicked did what it did.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like, where's the connection to like the people voting for the awards? And I feel like, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, I just feel like there's an agenda against it.
An
Like,
agenda?
yeah, like we can't let a musical win. What's next? They're all gonna start making musicals. It'll be anarchy. So
Yeah.
I think they kind of want to like rain on that parade a little bit for now, especially
Interesting.
with part 2 coming out next year.
Yeah.
That
You
is
know,
true.
there are some people that didn't like Wicked because it
Who?
ended. I have like some family members that didn't like Wicked
I just wanna
because
talk.
they said that there was no plot, like the plot wasn't finished. I was like, it's part 1, like they said in the beginning, Wicked part 1, and she was like laughing because like she was just, if she found it funny that there was just like no plot and it was unfinished, and I was like, I mean, it says it's part 1, part 2 is coming out this
There
year
is a
now.
plot though.
There is a plot, yeah, and
Yeah.
like, sure, some things are not like finished, but it's finished for part 1. Like when you're going to see it in the theater, you're waiting 15 minutes in intermission for the next part to start, right? But this one you're
Yeah.
waiting a year. That's the difference, between the movie and the stage production of it, and
The
when you're gonna
world's
find out what
longest
happens in
intermission.
part 2. Yeah, so it's the longest intermission you're gonna have for a musical, but it's all gonna come together in part 2. Like I just found it so funny.
Speaking of coming together, this is how this podcast is going to work, right? We're all going to bring a headline of stuff that we love to talk about. And next up is Derek with the headline that he brought to the show. Derek, what did you want to talk about this week?
This is kind of like a multifaceted headline here, and
Uh-oh.
it's Will Smith teases starring in a Matrix reboot, which is a couple of things there, right? Will Smith starring in a Matrix reboot, which I had no idea was happening. It's unclear to me if it's a reboot or just kind of a continuation of like the soft reboot that they had a couple years ago with I don't know, King George from Hamilton and not Morpheus.
Are you talking about, what is it, Matrix Revolution?
Yeah, Agent Smith is King George from Hamilton. I forget his name in real life.
No,
Yeah.
it's Matrix 4. It's
Resurrections.
Right, Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that. I did not see that one.
I saw it. Don't ask me anything about it, but I saw it.
Did you like it?
It was fine. It was fine. I'm a huge, I wouldn't even say advocate. I'm just very realistic when it comes to like critiquing things, and I understand that like 90% of things are just fine, right? Like not
Mhm.
everything is great and mind blowing and awesome. The first Matrix was fine, was great, but then like the sequels.
Fine.
No.
What, like the
first
original?
Matrix, the first movie was fantastic, was amazing.
Yeah.
And then the sequels kind of were like, all right, this just turned into like action movies, whatever. Anyway, the point is they're continuing that soft reboot that they had from a few years back. And then Will Smith posted in like that MS-DOS type of font that they use in The Matrix. Basically the story of how he was offered the role of Neo back in, I guess, the late 90s. And he turned it down because he's like, I'm going to be Jim West, baby. I'm going to do Wild Wild West. This is going to skyrocket me even further than Independence Day. And, arguably it did not. But, he did pretty well for himself, all things considered. But he could have been Neo. So the point of his post was like, what could have been, right? And then you swipe the little carousel and it says, "Wake up, Will." And that was it. That was the entire like post. It was all text based. So people are like, "Oh my God, Will Smith is gonna, he's gonna be in the next Matrix movie. He's gonna be Neo. They're rebooting it." And then like hours later, the people behind the movie just like debunked it. They're like, "Yeah, he's not working. He's not doing this."
My gosh,
Yeah,
Will. Man.
Yeah, so people are wondering now, like, what the hell was that post about? And my theory is that Will Smith, in case you guys aren't aware, listeners, if you haven't noticed, Will Smith has kind of like two personalities. He's got his movie star persona, and he does movies, Hollywood, yada yada. But then he's also kind of like an influencer. Like if you go on his social media, like he's always doing like these really unique videos. He's got like an editor and a camera person that follows him around, and they do like these cool edits and cool things like that. So I'm thinking what he was doing was basically like teasing his maybe like short film or Instagram reel or whatever of like him as Neo. He was like this is just his like hobby at this point, right? He's like a content creator with a huge team and millions of dollars at his disposal. So I think that's what's happening, separate from the movie in and of itself just being a thing.
Interesting. You know what's funny though? Like, number one, there hasn't been a good Matrix movie since 1999. Number two, we're being real. We're being real.
You're right.
But also, it's not a terrible idea to make a move, the Matrix again with Will, or at least reboot it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna scroll on this story, because it intrigues me. So I'm gonna have my thumb stop a little bit, read through it. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Stefania, what do you think? Would you watch The Matrix 5 with Will Smith?
So I haven't seen the Matrix Resurrections, so I can't really say what hope I have for this reboot if he actually is part of it. I kind of hate. I can't really say I hate the fact that they're doing a lot of reboots now, because I love the fact they brought back the Scream movies, and that's essentially their reboot. So this would be somewhat like that. Is Matrix 5, is it? I would watch it. I don't think I would steer away from it, because I did enjoy The Matrix, the first one. One of the greatest movies to come out in the early 2000s or like late 90s. So with Will Smith being part of it, I think it could be something cool. There are times when actors have they were in the running for a lead for a movie that came out years ago, and then they nowadays are like, maybe I could do it now if I couldn't do it back then, but I could do it now because I can control it, or like have my own money to put into it to make it myself kind of way. So I'll give it a watch. I don't know what to expect. If I have to watch Resurrections before seeing that, then I'll do it. But I'm kind of hoping it's one of those, I guess, reboot movies where you don't have to watch the previous one in order to watch this one. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I keep thinking about. Okay, here's the thing. I'm thinking about Men in Black International.
I haven't seen
How-
that either.
Here's the thing. Men in Black International was a great, amazing idea. You get the two hottest actors and actresses like on the at the time. They were fresh off of Ragnarok too.
Yep.
And you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. And then it just flopped unbelievably. I don't know what happened. It should have worked.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't watch it, because I love the Men in Black movies. Like, that's some of the movies that I grew up watching. Yeah. And then I heard how bad this one was, and I was like, ooh, now I don't want to watch it.
Derek, have you seen Men in Black International? It's an idea that should have worked. Like,
yeah, I've seen. I will watch a legacy reboot film, even if I know it's absolutely terrible. Like, everybody could tell me like this is terrible. I'll still watch it just out of like, I feel like I owe Kid Derek that, right? Like, let me keep watching it. And I love the Men in Black movies, the original, so much, especially the way they retcon Will Smith's character into basically like being recruited as a child, and Tommy Lee Jones kind of keeping an eye on him throughout those years. Like, I love that.
So you're seeing every single Terminator movie?
I have. I don't remember. I don't remember most of them because of how bad they are. But I love the first one and Judgment Day.
And you're seeing every single Jurassic Planet, World, Land, Park.
Jurassic Planet. Damn.
Okay,
that's how they have
Jurassic
used as an option.
Park, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Jurassic Planet.
Jurassic Planet. That's the Wish version. The Alibaba. We have, what is it? We have Jurassic Park at home, Jurassic World at home. Yeah, I've seen all of them. They're not all good.
Yeah.
But I've seen them, and they have driven Chris Pratt down our throats. But
you're not a fan of Chris Pratt going down your throat?
No.
This is a family show.
I've got to be in the mood for it, you know? No, they like, I watch it. I'll watch it. As for a Matrix reboot with Will Smith, I don't really care about like the slap and all that stuff, right? Like everybody has their moment, and like clearly something's going on there, in the marriage and all that stuff. Like, that's none of our business, I think. But what bothers
you're pro
me,
slapping is what you're saying.
No. Sometimes you gotta, what is it? Stomp out and show fellas. I understand why everything got to that point for him to get up on stage and slap Chris Rock. My bigger issue with him being in anything, but especially like a legacy franchise like The Matrix, is that nobody remembers the stinkers. Everybody remembers, like, once you're a star, right? Nobody remembers Focus, right?
Focus was not a stinker. That was good. What are you talking about?
No, I just rewatched it the other day, man. I'm
Stefania,
sorry.
what is your opinion on Focus? Answer wisely.
I can't answer if I haven't seen it.
Ooh.
Okay.
When did it come out?
Close one.
Like Margot Robbie emergence era. Like that was like her first, one of her first few bigger movies. Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
2015.
2015, okay. So, I mean, I was 16 years old in 2015, so I was 15. Yeah, 15. So I'd probably wouldn't be something that I would have watched.
That makes sense. Okay, let me clarify.
So that's Obama era. Man.
It is.
That's how I
Second term
measure
Obama
time.
era.
Well, okay, 2016 always gives me shudders, so it's like, ugh. So it's like, dang.
Triggered.
Oh, God.
Yes, it's very scary. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
troubling time.
Yeah, yeah. And imagine being in high school taking gov classes at that time.
Oh, gosh.
yeah.
Oh,
The separation in my classes was uncanny.
Oh, no.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you go to public school?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So like there were sometimes like arguments that I've heard. I never witnessed one in a gov class, but I've heard like some arguments in like other classes between my peers, and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because everybody at that age just like votes for who their parents votes for. You know,
I mean,
like
well, we couldn't vote at the time.
Well, you
we were
don't vote,
young,
but
but
yeah,
like when your parents' influence was very big at that time. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Dang,
for
which
sure,
is
for
why
sure.
Stefania voted for Ralph Nader. Anyway, speaking of unpopular candidates, Stefania, I know you have a very interesting story to talk about someone that could be unpopular. What did you scroll on this week?
So this was actually a morning scroll, this morning actually, and the Last of Us season 2 trailer dropped, or like a short trailer, I guess it was, under a minute. And we finally have like a release date, not a certain day, but we have a month. It's coming out in April this year, so that's exciting. I know a lot of people are very excited for the season 2. People that know the game and may not know the game, there are differences in both communities of how excited we are for this second season. If you know, you know, I guess.
Wait, are we allowed to spoil The Last of Us Part 2
I
the
don't
game?
know. I don't
Derek?
know if we should. I don't think
Before
we
the
should.
pod.
I
Yeah.
I am a highly impatient person for certain things,
Oh, God.
so I already know.
You already know?
Oh, you already know.
I already know.
So you
Oh.
already
Yeah.
know that Caitlin Davis is going to get ripped.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's the bigger...
that's exactly what I was thinking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
be honest. I don't think we can have a conversation about this, but I was spoiling The Last of Us Part 2.
Mhm.
So, big
Spoiler warning.
alert for The
Mhm.
Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
It's a great game. Go play it. But what we're referencing is the death of Joel, a.k.a. Pedro Pascal,
Yep.
is going to die
Yeah, brutally.
with a golf club to his
We're
face.
going golfing, guys.
Oh, too soon. It's too soon.
Oh, yeah. But more exciting news, Catherine O'Hara is joining the cast. So we love Catherine O'Hara.
Who is that? Is that Kevin?
Excuse
Yes,
you?
yes. The mother in Home Alone. Yes.
Yes.
The legendary Catherine O'Hara. Also from Schitt's Creek. Love that show.
The baby.
The baby, sweet baby. So I'm excited to see what she has to bring to the table, but I'm also, this is kind of like cruel of me, but I'm very excited to see people's reactions to Joel dying, people that don't know the game, because people that love Pedro Pascal are going to be very angry. I can already see it. So there's a part of me, a very cruel part of me, that's like simmering, waiting for the
You are
reaction
so
to come
cool,
out.
Stefania. So cool.
I love it. I love to see the reactions, because the reactions of people from the first season, everyone loved it. I loved it. And then Pedro Pascal being like, I guess, the zaddy of our generation, right? People are going to be so upset. I mean, he's playing Mr. Fantastic. That will, redeem himself, I guess. But
Yeah.
He's gotta die
Grogu is
first.
gonna be pissed.
Grogu's going to be
He's
so...
He's
He's going to
so
be,
pissed.
only child... Not only child. What's it called?
Orphan.
Orphan, yeah.
Grogu
Batman
to be
knows a bit about that.
orphan?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Here's the thing. I don't know if you guys were on the internet like that when the game came out. It was horrific. Horrific. Especially to the person that played Abby. I think it was Laura Bailey. She was getting death threats. She was
Yeah.
getting like people over a video game that
Yeah.
she didn't write. And
Yeah.
I think it was just hard to swallow as a fan, like when you come off the first game and you love this pair and it's just brutally destroyed in front of you, and also like the game forces you to play the killer.
Yeah.
It's a lot. you know?
But now it's gonna. Now that you say that, I have fear that Caitlyn's gonna get that reaction as well for her playing Abby. You know, it's gonna be one of those moments that you see a lot where the actor has to remove themselves from social media because of the death threats that they get from fans, which sucks. It sucks that we live in a society that happens. I mean, people
For sure.
just can't distinguish that there's a reality where the actress is obviously not like that, and then there's a fantasy where she plays the character, but that's a character, you know? It's not actually her. Same goes with like every other actor that has dealt with that. Like, you have to distinguish what is real and what is not. Obviously, the actress is not like Abby at all. But I am very excited to see how buff she becomes for this show. Because
To be
Abby is
lit.
buff.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'll be honest. We love Caitlin Dever. We love her. She's a wonderful actress. She's a little tiny. Like, I'm wondering if they're gonna like give her steroids.
Well, in the
Make her,
trailer,
like,
I
Asian.
don't know. We didn't really see like a full.
Maybe it's
did we
like
see a
the
full
kid
body
version
her?
of her. You know, I think it's
Maybe.
most likely probably to, I don't know, dual Bella Ramsey. You know, like the same kind of age and like build and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I'm just a little worried for this actress's mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this season's gonna have a lot of like just criticisms like that. Like, oh, she's not buff enough. Oh, how dare she, kill Pedro, this kind of deal. And it's just kind of like, guys, just watch the show.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't
just
know. Joel Loki deserved it. If you, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough.
there are two sides of the community where it's like, sad that Joel died, right? But then there's also like, you deserved it because I don't know. Should we spoil it? Like how Abby's related to this?
This is all spoilers now.
Okay, so Abby's father was the doctor that was supposed to do, the
surgery.
not surgery, yeah, surgery. She's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
On Ellie, so that's why she does what she does.
Are you Team Joel?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I like to play devil's advocate a lot because in a way I understand but here's the thing, after seeing the season, in a way I understand what he did in the end of season 1, save, because he couldn't save his daughter, right? So Ellie became that daughter figure, but also like she was the cure. Like one life over millions, right? I mean,
wow. Okay, so
right. So like I was, but actually here's the thing, is that they weren't sure she was gonna have the cure for this, right? So there's so many ways of looking at this.
You're off the pod.
I don't get me wrong. I felt for Joel what he did.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a confirmation that Ellie would be the one to save people, right?
Right.
They didn't know how to make the cure. They had to dissect her basically to figure it out. It wasn't going to be confirmation they were going to actually get a cure for this.
So Stefania believes in murdering children?
Basically.
How do we get to that conclusion?
I'm just, you said it, not me. You said it. Dang,
no, you're the
wow.
one that said Joel deserved it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he deserved. Well, okay, here's the thing. I would
Great
be
job.
mad. I would be mad if I was Abby. I would be mad if I tried to save the world and some guy. But yeah, I think that's the great debate of The Last of Us. I don't think it was ever about the viability of the cure. It was about Joel's trauma at the end of the day, you know?
I think a lot of stuff nowadays gets lost in the, what is it, like the
Sauce?
lost in, not even, no, because lost in the sauce is kind of like there's too much conversation about stuff. I think a lot of stuff nowadays gets boiled down to like it was mid or it was trash or whatever, blah blah blah. And with video games specifically, I think that's why it's such a good game, because, or from what I've heard, because I've never played it, but I think that's why people love it so much, is that it gives you these like philosophical questions and these like almost like existential things that you have to go through in the game, your character has to go through in the game. And that just gets summed up as like, this is the greatest game ever, this is peak, this is that, and not enough people talk about like why it's so good. And then just obviously that's what makes the adaptation good as well, is that it actually is being faithful to that source, and asking those same types of questions, as opposed to like other video game adaptations like, I don't know, Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed or whatever, where there's not really that deep dive into existence as a human.
Well, it also is like, whose point of view are you seeing it from? It's
Mhm.
all about perception, especially because you do get to play as Abby in the second game. So you're going to have a lot of discourse in the community, I guess, when the second season comes out and everyone finds out what happens. There's going to be a lot of divide. So just, I guess, a warning to people listening or watching, when the time comes that this show comes out, just be wary of comments online towards actors and other people. Bullying is still a thing out there. So, yeah.
So Stefania believes in bullying children. Anyway, speaking of bullies, it's time for my story that I brought to the table, that I am very upset about. That someone needs to bully someone over. I don't know if you guys heard, but Jason Mamoa is going to play Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. And if you don't know, if you didn't hear, Jason Mamoa is also previously was Aquaman in the previous DC universe, but James Gunn became one of the co-CEOs and decided to make him Lobo, and I have major beef with hear me out. I think the old DCU, the Snyderverse, should be cut off like a coyote leg. You just cut it off. Just, I'm done. I don't want concessions. But Peacemaker was good. No, we're done. I want a fresh start. I'm tired of the half steps. This is someone who was a young little person on the internet back when they were like, hey, guess what? We're going to make a cyborg movie. I'm still waiting on a cyborg movie. I'm so done with this previous DC universe, and I get it. Everyone's like, Jason Momoa is perfect to play Lobo, but at the same time, that just shows that this man does not have range. He's never had range. He's only been playing the same character for like the last 20 years. I'm done with it.
Well, Minecraft? What about that?
Yeah, well, it hasn't even come out yet, and he's still dirty. He still has the long hair. He still has the beard. I'm over it. I'm just so like.
Whoa! Hold on, Baywatch?
He wasn't in Baywatch.
Yeah, he wasn't he wasn't main cast during like peak season, but he was on there.
Okay, here's the thing. My beef is that I wanted a fresh start. We were promised a fresh start. And Jason Momoa is not a good enough actor, in my opinion, to bring him back as Lobo, no matter how much his real life persona has infected every single project that he's in. And I'm annoyed, and I can't have it anymore. Derek, what do you think?
Look, I think they should, if they're bringing him as Lobo, then they should bring the teenager or young person that played him as a teenager in Aquaman to play the young version of Lobo in the movie.
No! I'm done!
Oh, no!
I'm done!
No, look, honestly, when it comes to the DCU right now, I need to see this stuff coming out. Like, I feel like it's all this build up, it's all this hype. We've really only gotten Creature Commandos and Superman teaser trailer so far. Like, I just need this stuff to start coming out. Stop announcing things. Stop, And don't get me wrong, I appreciate all of the transparency and communication, because that's something that I think Marvel, not to compare, but I think Marvel needs to do more of, right? And kind of nip
I disagree.
No. There's too many rumors and industry insiders talking about, this, that, and the other. And I think that messes with fans' expectations. But that's just a whole other point. But I just think it should just stay and live within the like, let's clarify some rumors, let's be transparent and clear and accessible to the fans, but also stop announcing news about things that like are nowhere near coming out, right? Like you're just turning it to like a different version of the rumor mill for Marvel. So it's just, that is what I think kind of bothers me, where it's like, all right, that's you're still talking. You're still talking. I haven't seen anything other than Creature Commandos, which has been good. That's kind of where I stand. In terms of Jason Momoa, I really have no preference for Lobo. I'm not really attached to the character. I know he's fun. I know he's a fun character. But again, like I'd rather see the movie instead of just another headline about who's in it.
Interesting. Stefania, are you also scrolling on this story? It sounds like Derek is scrolling on the story.
I kind of am scrolling on this story just because I don't know much about Lobo. All that I've read is that people's reactions were like, "Oh, Jason Momoa is the perfect person to play Lobo," and I was just like, "Okay, well, all right, if you say so," because I don't know anything about Lobo. So I'm just gonna have to see it to believe
Interesting. Have you seen the first Spider-Man movie?
Like the Raimi movies?
Yeah. Do you know the character of Bonesaw?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically Lobo. In my opinion, Bonesaw is ready. I got you for 3. Sorry, that's a whole nother podcast. Anyway, here's the thing. I'm also watching Creature Commandos, and I'm insanely worried because, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm jiving with this vision of a DC universe. To be honest, we're all watching Creature Commandos, right?
I haven't started it yet.
Okay. Well, surprise, surprise. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of dick jokes. There's a lot of guts being like thrown everywhere. And I don't expect that to happen in a Superman movie. But James Gunn is inserted himself to such a degree, it just makes me worried for everything on the docket forever in this universe. The problem with Creature Commandos is, like, to me, it's like in the Suicide Squad, it felt like the most hopeful thing DC has made in a decade. I was like, wow, this is what we need. But it's Suicide Squad, so there were still murders and stuff like that. Hopefully that hope translates to characters like Superman, but in Creature Commandos, there is no hope. They're all kind of fucking assholes. I can't root for any of them. Even Weasel, I guess he saved a couple kids at the, I don't know. Is Weasel even sentient? Who knows? And I'm tired of like asking these questions of like, when are we going to get this? When are we going to get this? And I love you, James Gunn. I love you. I appreciate the transparency, but I completely agree with disagree with Derek. When Marvel comes out with stuff, you know it's Kevin Feige in the little baseball hat with the logo on it to make sure, it's ready. Here's the trailer. But with James Gunn, it's like he's disproving, wait, no, that's not really what I said. Well, if you look at it in the right light, Jason Mamoa could play Lobo, but also Peacemaker Season 1 is technically canon because of this scene. Get off the internet.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Put on a little baseball hat
and then show me the trailer of James Gunn. I'm done. I'm done with the heat hemming and hawing. I don't know. Do you guys also feel this way, or am I bugging? So
that just reminded me of something that I was scrolling through this morning. I have to find it, but it was on. I was on Discussing Film. I followed Discussing Film on, and where is it? It was something. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, it was something about like Robert Pattinson joining the DCU. I think it was it comment James Gunn? Oh, Matt Reeves said it. Never mind. So it's not a James Gunn quote. Never mind. I thought it was James Gunn. Yeah, there's like we don't know if he's gonna join, but
Army Hammer. He said, "What? Really? Army Hammer
for Batman?
No. Here's the thing. I think they should do Robert Pattinson's universe. I don't want a DC universe competing with itself, to be honest with you. I just want one true. Batman.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it feels as though whenever like a new DC project comes out, people are like, well, I like this one better. And then they'll sit out the other one, right? Like, I feel like that happened with a lot with like things like the Joker.
Yeah.
But people realize, oh wait, Aquaman 2's doesn't matter anymore. I don't want to say it. Play Shazam 2 doesn't matter anymore. Blue Beetle, that doesn't matter anymore.
I like Blue Beetle too. That was a good one.
It was good.
Yeah.
It had a lot of promising stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people are hyper aware of their time, and they don't want it wasted. I don't know. I don't know if you guys were like outside like that, but do you remember when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's completely canon within the Marvel universe. You have to watch it and stuff like that. And I don't know. There was like a clear moment where everyone turned to each other and were like, this shit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're never going to reference this. And then everyone stopped watching it.
Yeah. I think I stopped at season 3. I just couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah. It never mattered. So
No.
I'm done with the multiverse. I don't need 3 Jokers. I don't need 3 Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start off with one good one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
My gripe with it is only that it's just not like a fantastical Batman. Like,
what are you
Robert,
talking about?
I know that
flies.
No, he glides and then hits a bridge. He like runs into a bridge, like he gets clipped by some sort of structure. Yeah. But my like kind of litmus test on like how good of a Batman, this would be in terms of like a larger universe, because we still haven't really gotten that except for Batfleck in a very like selective, like they fought what is it? Kal-El, no. The scene where they fight Superman, right? They fought him for like they fought him for like 2 seconds, and then you don't see him fight Steppenwolf or Darkseid or anything like that, right? So even Batfleck, I think, wouldn't really cut it. I want to see a Batman that like could go toe to toe with a god, and still probably be
Derek.
yes, because look, if you're gonna build the Justice League, that's the Batman you need to have. You can't have a Batman that is getting clipped by a bridge like Pattinson was.
Cut the cameras. Cut the feed.
This is the first and last episode of Still Scrolling. Thank you guys for listening.
I completely disagree. I'm okay with imperfections. Batman does not need to go toe to toe with gods because he's Batman. I'm saying I'm okay. Like a lot of people on the internet are also saying like the Batman wouldn't fit into like James Gunn's universe. Like it's so dark and moody. That's the whole point of like having a massive universe. Like,
that's not an issue. The Gotham from Pattinson's universe isn't an issue for me, and like the tone. It's more so just like he can't fight who he would need to fight. So my alternative,
he doesn't need to fight. He's Batman. He has money.
Right. So my alternative is like just make him this like mastermind kind of guy, right? So like keep him out of the fist fights.
Put him in a plane or something.
Yeah. And then make like Mr. Terrific that, like have Mr. Terrific be like the boots on the ground version of that. So like, yeah, they're going to travel to Apocalypse, or they're going to, fight some sort of like kaiju monster. Yeah, Bruce Wayne's not. No, I don't want Bruce Wayne there. But, give me Mr. Terrific there doing some sort of like support work on the ground or something to that effect. I think that's my compromise if we're not going to have like a full-blown Batman that, sits in the Morbius chair type of deal.
Interesting. Stefania, what do you think? Will you sit in the Mobius chair?
I would sit in the chair. Okay.
I didn't mean literally sit in the... I was trying to transition and it just didn't work out. I'm so sorry.
Well, Mobius is a whole other... Oh God, I thought you said Morbius for a second. I was thinking Morbius, like no, we're not gonna. No, I said Morbius.
I said Morbius. I said
Okay.
Morbius because I am bad at words sometimes. I meant Mobius.
Okay, I was like Morbius. That's a whole other story to talk about. I don't think Batman has to go up against gods. I like Justin said, it's Batman.
I'm out of here.
To be honest, like a lot of Batman's street level fighting is some of his best fighting.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I am totally okay with him not going up against like mythical beings and whatnot. So
Okay,
I mean,
I have
still people are still a fan of Batman. Like Robert Pattinson did a great job as Batman, and the movie was fantastic with who he went up against, right? So that's kind of the proof that you should look at when seeing what Batman should be in like the DCU.
let me further defend myself here.
You've been outvoted.
back when the Arrowverse was like a thing,
Oh
right?
god.
Yeah. Feel how you may feel about it. I came across like a Reddit post basically saying like, oh yeah, Oliver Queen from the Arrowverse, he would whoop Batfleck. Because there was like some overlap, right? Where the DCEU Batfleck was around, but then Oliver Queen from Arrowverse was still kind of big at that point. And I just remember thinking like, no, what do you mean? So that's kind of what I mean when it comes to like the power scaling and the can he fight or not fight gods. It's more so like, does it fit into the larger kind of scope of it in terms of like the world that they live in? It's not to say that he needs to go fight Darkseid, but does it make sense that they're both in the same universe? I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like Pattinson had like a mobile television news crew monitor set up so that Selena could go put on an eye contact and go in the club and do surveillance for him. Like that doesn't work for me in that same universe, right? That's something separate where in the DCU the Batman should just have the live feed fed into his helmet. Like that's it. He shouldn't need like a bunch of monitors set up in an abandoned building across the street from the Iceberg Lounge to surveil. He should just have the surveillance.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah, I get it. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but can I please tell my Stephen Amell story?
uh-oh. Yeah.
Nah, wait, why'd you say why'd you say
I don't know. I could go either way here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so random. I'm so sorry. But one time I got invited to a Broadway premiere of a show, right? And I got to pretend like I was red carpet. I got to ask silly TikTok questions and stuff like that, right? And so that was right after Stephen Amell was like, I don't believe in strikes. Yada yada yada. And I was like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna not talk to fucking Green Arrow, right? And so I was like, so I asked him the silly TikTok questions like that. And then I was like, why is he wearing tennis? Like everyone was dressed up, he's wearing tennis shoes and green pants. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I go on my phone, and then someone, I think it was some news outlet reported like Stephen Amell joins the strike, and his outfit was literally the strike shirt or sweatshirt over his current outfit. And then I Google Maps it, and I realized that the what's it called? The picket line was just down the street. So Stephen Amell did a couple of laps, literally put on the shirt, did a lap for the photo op, and then walked over to me. And I was like, what? Steven, is this you? Like, I couldn't believe it. And it was funny because I kept running into them the whole night, and he didn't know my name, but I knew his name because he never asked because he's Steven. And I was like, hey, Steven, how's it going? He's like, do I know you? And I'm like, no, we met before. Remember? at the line? He's like, what? And I just kept walking. And then another time when he kept getting a drink, I was like, hey, Steven, which drink? And he's like, I'm sorry, do I know you? I was like, remember? We got the line just to like mess with him. But that's my Stephen Amell story. Anyway, sorry. He didn't seem that happy to see me. But anyway.
So you met him 3 times basically, and he
kept forgetting me every single time. And also, he literally, right before he saw me, was at the picket line pretending to believe in strikes. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway.
Was this was after he said?
Yes, this was like right after he's like, I don't think we should be striking. Who cares if people should be paid fairly? And we're like, Steven, what the heck? He's like, I'm going to promote my movie anyway. I'm going to cross the picket line. I'm like, Steven, what the heck? It's not even that good of a show.
Is it still on? Did it get canceled?
Who knows?
I feel like they kept it on because they're trying to they're trying to be the wrestling content service now.
Would you rather watch that, or would you rather watch Monday Night Raw on Netflix?
Either I'll toss a coin, I guess. Yeah. Wrestling doesn't do it for me as an adult. I know that there's a lot of people that do, that are still fans and they grew up with it and they're still to this day every Monday they're watching. But now I just see, the Dwayne Johnson on screen and John Cena on screen. I don't see like the character anymore. The gimmick is just kind of dead for me.
Dang.
I just never enjoyed wrestling. I mean, when I found out it was fake, I was like, it's not interesting to me. It's just personas.
Mm-hmm. It's not fake. It's predetermined. Just like the ending of
It's entertainment.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's fine. Well, I think that brings us to the end of the show. We all told our stories, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the stories that we shared this week. Does anybody have any things that they're looking forward to watching this week? I know that Skeleton Crew, I think the second to last episode is coming out tonight for the recording of this podcast, and Creature Commandos comes out Thursday. But is there anything you guys are looking forward to next week to scroll upon?
What's coming out next week?
Den of Thieves 2? You guys aren't outside like that. Never mind.
Nope.
Zero reaction. Oh, gosh, man. Sorry, Ice Cube Jr. I guess it's just not your... Dang. I guess that's it. I'm Justin.
I'm Derek.
I'm Stefania.
And we are still scrolling. Good night.